Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/ProRevenge. It turns out that Saturday off in some stores is a luxury. More details in our first story. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Need me to work? Okay. I've worked at a grocery store for over 3 years now, part-time. I'm also a full-time student at a local university, so getting any free time is a godsend. A part of my contract for working, I needed all Saturdays off since my dad lived almost an hour away, and this was the only time I could spend with him. He moved closer, so it's no longer an issue, but I still kept my Saturdays off. On Tuesday night, I decided to help out a coworker get his work done since he needed to leave by 7. It was 6:30. We got to talking about our weekend plans since I'd taken it off. Coworker: "You know, I've called you in for the last 3 Saturdays and you've said no. I'm guessing this weekend is out of the question as well." Me: "Yeah, I've got plans to hang out with friends, go see Endgame, and get completely wasted afterwards." All of us are of age. Coworker: "So, since you're not doing anything important and your dad moved closer, you should be able to work." At the time, I just brushed it off and changed the subject. I thought it was all behind me when I left that night. Boy, was I wrong. I go back on Friday night and see the same person and my boss standing there waiting for me. "Boss, we're going to need you to work on Saturday, so-and-so called in." Me: "I'm sorry, but I already made plans. I can't." Boss: "Well, either you show up or I'm firing you." Me: "You can't be serious. We agreed when I got this job that I would have Saturdays off." Boss: "Yeah, well, we need you and nobody else will take the shift." This is where I got a brilliant idea. Me: "So if I show up for this shift, I won't be punished whatsoever?" Boss: "Correct." Me: "Fine, I'll take it." We shook on it and my coworker looks at me with the smuggest grin he could muster. I give one back. Saturday finally rolls around and I show up looking as excited as could be. My plan was about to hatch. If anyone has seen the TV show Chuck, I was essentially Jeff and Lester. For those of you who haven't seen the show, just imagine the laziest, non-helpful customer service representatives you can imagine. I sat around all day, didn't get any work done, didn't help a single customer, and went on an hour or so break. I usually feel bad about working slow on days that I feel down, but this day, I didn't give a F. My coworker approached me about halfway through the shift. Coworker: "What the hell are you doing? If you don't get to work, I'm going to call boss and get you fired." Me: "I'm sorry, you're not my boss, and I got confirmation that as long as I take the shift, I won't be punished at all." Coworker calls my boss and explains everything that happened since he left. After a while, my boss wants to talk to me, so I pick up the phone. Boss: "Hey, I told you I'd fire you if you didn't work." I interrupt him saying, "No, you said you'd fire me if I didn't show up for the shift," which I did. We also shook on it, making it a deal, so I fulfilled my end of the bargain. I showed up. Now, are you going to fulfill your end of the deal, or are we going to have to bring this issue to the store director? My boss's boss. My boss was speechless. He told me to leave and that I wouldn't be required to work Saturday again unless I wanted to. I told this story to my friends when we were drinking later that night, and we all had a laugh about it. And our next story. Petty revenge is the best kind of revenge. About a year ago, my cousin was diagnosed with cancer, and about 2 weeks ago, we were told that the cancer had seriously spread and there's nothing more people can do for us. My ex and I have a child together, 3 years old, that we share custody of. 1 week and 1 week for each of us. When I found out my cousin didn't have much longer to live, they were saying anywhere from 10 days to 6 weeks at max, I reached out to my ex to ask her if she'd be willing to take our daughter a bit extra right now so I can spend time at the hospital. My cousin and I are very close. We would regularly call each other brothers. And when my ex and I split, she cheated on me with my best friend, he was there for me every day to help me through it and help me with the kids. We have a very close bond, and he's literally the last person on earth I'd want to lose right now in my life. Either way, it is what it is. Now, my ex and I don't have a great relationship. We aren't able to co-parent because she's very angry at me that I was upset she would cheat on me with my best friend, along with costing me over $40,000 in court fees trying to fight me for custody after being told she isn't getting more than 50-50. So when I asked her if she can take her extra bit right now so I can be at the hospital for his last bit of life, she refused. She told me she's working late and can't take our daughter. This obviously enraged me beyond all belief. My cousin could literally die any day. One of his only requests is that I'm there with him during this, yet my ex is refusing to take her own daughter extra time just to spite me. So I lost it on her. On top of the various other issues, which I can go on forever, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. How selfish could she be? I'm not asking her to watch some random kid, it's her own daughter. Anyways, I wouldn't stop ripping her. I never threatened her or anything. She decided to get me back. She would call the cops for harassment, so I was arrested. I now have a court date, had to get fingerprints, and may even end up with a criminal record. The police tell me I can't talk to her except regarding my daughter. I can send one text every so often, and if she doesn't reply, well, tough. Talk to my lawyer. They also told me that she has every right to go to my daughter's dance concert that's coming up, and I'm not allowed to stop her, even though it's my week with her. So, this Sunday was Father's Day. It was my week. And it also happened to be my daughter's dance concert. All of my daughter's dance classes were paid in full by myself. My ex didn't give any money to it. And if she knew I was going to show up to watch my daughter's dance classes on her weeks, she wouldn't bring her, so I couldn't see her. So now was the time for revenge. My daughter wasn't super excited to do her concert. She didn't seem interested in going, so I asked her if she'd rather go do something else with just Daddy and her, and she loved the idea. So we said screw it to the dance concert and went to an indoor jungle gym / park thing instead to hang for the day. The best part is, I didn't tell my ex this was happening, so she thought the concert was on. The best part, I had a good friend who also had their kid in the class and was going to be there. My ex knows them, and we knew she would go up and ask where my daughter was and what was going on. My friend was advised to tell her, sorry, I have no idea, and please don't talk to me. Call your ex, if anything. So my friend shows up, and there's my ex standing in life with her new boyfriend, her sister, and her sister's new boyfriend. They're being all smug. They dressed up, makeup, it's 30 degrees outside, it's Father's Day, and it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. What a day killer. They'd bought 4 tickets, a huge bouquet of flowers, and gave my friend the cheekiest smile when they saw him, then turned their back to him. It was amazing. My daughter's in the younger class and was scheduled to perform closer to the end of the concert, so my ex, her boyfriend, sister, and her boyfriend all sat there for close to 2 hours in a hot room in the middle of Father's Day, waiting for my daughter to come out and perform, and it never happened. My friend told me the look on their faces was priceless. I later found out that they wanted to go a few hours away to a beach for the day to celebrate Father's Day, but couldn't because of my daughter's dance concert, so their plans were ruined for nothing. And our last story. Cheating and arrogant cousin loses his sugar mama. So I have this cousin who can definitely be a jerk. First of all, he thinks he's a hotshot. He works at Apple, but is one of those home advisors. Truth is, he probably only makes about $15 to $17 per hour. I personally make about $85,000 a year. Regardless of the circumstance, he tries to make it sound like he's better than me. For example, he tells my friends that I'm not very bright. Not going to go through the reasons, but I'm definitely brighter. He also brags that once he gets married or moves in with his girlfriend, he'll be making a ton of money and get a better house than me. There are other examples, but you can get the hint. The guy's a jerk. Now, his girlfriend is the exact opposite. She is completely cool, and she's finishing school for a pharmacist. He treats her like crap, rarely pays for dates, doesn't open the car door for her. He really doesn't know how to treat a woman. You may be wondering why she puts up with this crap. The truth is, she has low self-esteem of herself. No idea why, because she has it all. I'm not a person who usually commits any kind of revenge, as I figure a person will get what's eventually coming to them. But once I got some breaking info, I decided to use it to my advantage. When the Ashley Madison leaks happened, I did a search to see who was on the list. Searched a lot and got nothing, but all of a sudden I got my cousin's email to come up. At first I was thinking, why would he be on this? I was thinking it was some kind of weird curiosity. Then I downloaded the databases on one of my VM. Sure enough, he made credit card transactions that totaled about $850. They took place when his girlfriend was away at college. Now, I know this guy cheated on her. This was enough for me. Clearly, he was using her as a sugar mama. I was thinking just approach her and give her the papers, but she might just dismiss it since she thinks I made this up to sabotage him. Plus, I didn't want to be known for breaking up the relationship. So I sent an anonymous big envelope with her school info as the return address. That way she'd more than likely open it. I gave her all the info to prove he was cheating on her with married women. Well, it took a couple of weeks, but she finally broke up with him. I found out she spoke to my brother-in-law's wife, as they're close. She helped seal the deal. But my brother-in-law and wife didn't think my cousin was right for his girlfriend, and they wanted them to break up. But there's more to the story. It was a big deal he lost his meal ticket to riches, but something else came out of this. So apparently he was going to the Genius bar where he used to work and was stealing tons of small stuff like USB cables, power adapters, cases, etc. His ex knew it, but again with the low self-esteem, she never said anything. Well, she turned him into the local Apple store, and Apple eventually fired him after investigating. This caused a spiral of events. He lost his truck and is now stuck living with his mom. He's 25 years old and still stuck with mommy. Needless to say, his bragging is much less. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.